Mr. Archeria, are you folks, your folks are neighbors as far as I can
Yes.
tell?
We used to be friends. I met him through my husband when they were gaming together and
When they were doing what?
gaming, they video game together through Discord, or used to.
Go ahead, tell me how is it that you need an order?
My husband had recently had some issues with him where he would point a unloaded weapon as a joke at my husband, and after a series of times of him doing that and then him threatening one of our neighbors who he's called as a witness, we decided to get a protection order because we've had issues with people doing that to us before, threatening us, and with a young child on the way and one in the home already, we just do not feel that that's a joking matter, or do we feel safe with him doing it?
Okay, so you're asking for an order basically because you're just included with your husband, and it seems to me like the big issue seems to be you two folks, is that correct? Maybe
Yes,
you're the one, okay, hang on just a minute. You're the, do you have, first of all, do you have anything you wish to add at this time, ma'am?
No.
Okay, and then, so Mr. Livingston, could you
Yes.
raise your right hand, please? You swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. Why do you think an order is appropriate in this case?
Well, to start off, Your Honor, we were friends for the start of it, and things were pretty cool until he decided to have homicidal tendencies. And literally,
Well, when did this, how long have you been friends?
no more than a year.
Okay, and when did this all go south, so to speak?
It would be probably in late October.
So like a month ago?
Yeah.
Okay, everything was fine till then?
Yep. Everything was
Was there
fine.
any sort of event that happened that made things go, I mean, I don't game, so I don't know
Well,
anything
he
about that. I have
was,
kids who do, but I don't, and I just,
It
and
was,
I'm not passing any sort of judgment, it's just not something that I think that's a
Yeah,
generational thing.
but
I mean,
no,
was there a
it's
gaming incident or what exactly?
the witnesses that he's calling.
I'm asking you, I don't, we'll deal with the witnesses at the time, but I'm asking you.
I'm getting
Okay.
there.
Go ahead.
So basically, the witnesses, they broke up, and he was getting involved with this girl, and her and her ex-boyfriend would argue a lot, and he would literally tell me that he wants to hurt this guy. Literally. Like that's all he would talk about is hurting this person, which is a witness that he's bringing, I guess. But not only that, but you know, this isn't the first time he's pulled a weapon on people. He's done it to the apartments that we live at.
How many times has he pulled it, use your terms, on you? Like I say, the people here
At
want
least
an
3
order, you
times.
two. I need to know what's happening
3
between him and
times,
you. 3
Your
times,
Honor.
okay. Does he say anything when he does all this?
Nope, just having fun, joking around. Thinks it's funny, and I don't find it funny.
All right. Mr. Archeria, could you raise your right hand? Thank you. I may have some questions for you both in a minute. Do you swear and affirm the information you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do, Your Honor.
What's your response to what you've heard? You can put your hand down. And
Yes, of course, Your Honor. So Jason is, to say, well, friend is a bit of an extension. A neighborhood bully would be more accurate. And to the point where, like, I try to be nice to people. I try to be associated with people, even people who I politically disagree with, even people who, deliver slurs to me and are harassing or aggressive, all of which Jason has done, because I'm LGBTQ. I am a socialist. Jason is not. I respect his political beliefs. I respect his First Amendment rights, but he does often he has a colorful way of speaking, and I don't wish any sort of like legal action against him for those cases. About the firearm, I had asked to see it a couple times. It was unloaded at the time. I did not point it. I did draw it from my holster because I open carry in accordance with the Second Amendment. And because I do not have a concealed pistol license, I must open carry. But I've displayed it to him a few times. I've never pointed it at him, and in all cases, when I open carry, I keep it unloaded. My two witnesses here can attest to that if you wish to speak to them. Otherwise, Jason has basically been, talking to me, and I've wanted to maintain an association with him.
You did or did
before
not?
the no I did for a while because I thought I could potentially politically influence him to be less reactionary, specifically about his interesting remarks about transgender and gay people. But at no point have I ever threatened him. At one point, I think the closest we ever got was one point we were play fighting. He has repeatedly attempted to ask me to threaten people on his behalf. At which point I felt relatively unsafe around him.
Who and
And
why?
there was a
Eric?
block party. There was a block party around the similar date of the incident that Mr. Livingston pointed out, where he called me 9 times while knowing I was busy and on a separate call, asking that like he needed me, and he has also walked over to various people and said things like, "Hey, let's make him scared" and things like that. None of which sat really right with me. I don't think he's a bad man. I think he's misguided, but that's neither here nor there. Aside from that, he has bragged about using the police to get people who cross him. That is an exact quote. Get and cross is his exact quote. And he has mentioned that he has called the police on people for smoking 40 feet away from his house in an open space. He's repeatedly referred to ways in which he can use the police to irritate other individuals, and also tends to catastrophize local events. There was another incident in which Mr. Livingston asked to hold my pistol. This was actually when we first met. I was talking with an older gentleman. Mr. Livingston approached and seemed to know them, and I was okay. And he invited me to sit down in his truck with him. So I sat down in his truck with him. He asked to hold my pistol, and I allowed him to. And then he started talking about how he was a felon, had gone to juvenile detention for trying to murder his own father. At which point I asked for my pistol back because I'm aware that felons should not be, I believe, legally they should not have pistols. Another time he encouraged and I only recently found this out, encouraged a member of the police force who was leaving their job, who had just joined, a rookie member of the police force, to call the police on me because I was jogging with military-style clothes. Jason then provided a sympathetic ear towards me and never even mentioned that he was the person who had attempted to report that. It was because I was wearing military-style clothes and I correctly identified the dog the rookie was walking as a former canine, because as a former security guard, I've worked with law enforcement, and so I was just familiar with canine units. At any rate, Mr. Livingston has been an absolute pain to deal with for about a year to a year and a half now, and I didn't want to make him feel bad, frankly, which is why I continued to engage with him. And when gaming was mentioned, I have played a grand total of 1 game of Helldivers 2 with him for about half an hour, and that is the extent of gaming that I've done with him. I have my 2 witnesses here, if you would like to speak with them.
Sure.
Yes, Robin, John. This one over here. Oh, yes, he has also threatened one of the witnesses here, who I did not threaten. Neither did I point a weapon at. This witness is here.
Okay, well, I'm gonna need to hear from the witness.
Yes, he's going to take a seat.
Hello,
Hi there. What's your name?
my name is John Reed.
Can you raise your right hand, please?
Yes.
You swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You can put your hand down. What do you know about this? And I'm asking about the interaction between the Livingstons and Mr. Acharia. Do you live in this neighborhood?
Yeah, yeah, I'm also a neighbor of all of these parties involved. Well, as it's been mentioned, I think I was friends with Jason first, like before anything else happened, more or less. We kind of had a falling out for reasons I don't really understand, which is around the same time that these other things started happening. I I don't have all the details about what I mean. I have obviously like secondhand accounts from people, but my understanding is that uh Shiv hasn't done. Oh, Nathan. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, legal name Nathaniel. Uh, hasn't done anything that merits concern. He's never been threatening to like me or anything, and I guess there was concern that he is a threat to me or something. I don't really understand that, but I don't think he's threatening at all. He's extremely thorough about gun safety. I could never imagine him flagging anyone with a pistol. That's I don't understand that. I don't think that would happen. But I mean, more or less, things are civil. I don't think there are any threats here. I have not been privy to harassment coming from Nathaniel. So I I mean, I guess that's all I have to say about it.
All right. Let me hear from the other witness and I'll give you guys a chance to respond in a minute. What's your name, ma'am?
Kelly Vance?
Can you raise your right hand, please? You swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. What do you know about this situation?
Well, much like Mr. Reed had said, a lot of the information that I get is secondhand because this is a situation that is primarily occurred between Mr. Livingston and Mr. Asharia. But I'm more or less here to be a character witness. I agree with what Mr. Reed had said about Mr. Asharia's firearm hygiene. He certainly has never displayed anything but, very proper and appropriate handling of his firearm. It's he always keeps it unloaded with, ammunition at the ready if he does need it. He has certainly never done anything in my presence that warrants concern from me. All around, yeah, it's civil. We're very, very much friends. Talk every day. Mr. Reed and
Do you
I
live in the neighborhood also there, or do you all live in the same complex?
correct. So Mr. Reed and I currently live together. We were dating, but we have since separated, but we are still living in the same apartment. But routinely we all do get together and hang out, watch movies, that kind of thing.
All right. I can have you step off and then Mr. Usheria can come back in. And then I'll come back to you, Mr. Livingston. What's your response to what you've heard from all three of those folks?
Well, from what Nathaniel is saying, I don't know what he's talking about, honestly. And the witnesses weren't really there, so I don't know how credible that is.
One thing that you had said there, Mr. Livingston, and it's both in your petition, you know, that this was done, and I'm not suggesting it's funny, but as a joke, that was meant to be a joke.
Yep, you just thought it was a joke, and I just don't see it as a joke.
No, I don't either. I don't either.
He comes to my door quite often, sometimes. Says he's doing a routine check or something. I don't know what that is, but you know, if this protection order wasn't in place, I'd fear for my life.
Mr. Asheria, what's the story on that? You go to his door?
Oh, I've gone to his house about 3 times, mostly when he has invited me over. Usually after he's called me multiple times to ask me to spend time with him. And let's see, I believe I can recall 3 times. So twice he asked me to spend time with him, and one time I was delivering something to him from somebody else who had asked me to bring it to his house. That was it. I have said periodically that he should be checked up on, mostly because I mean
Well,
I
it's not
worry
your
about my.
job to check up on him.
Oh no, I'm aware, sir. I'm aware, Your Honor. But I
Okay.
have said he should be. I have never checked up on him.
Here's where I'm at on this, to be frank with all of you. You know, and I heard from everybody, Mr. Sharia, Mr. and you two. And I read the definition of harassment at the beginning, and I'm gonna do it again. Have it up here. Is of course, harassment is the knowing and willful course of conduct directed at which seriously alarms or annoys and serves no legitimate or lawful purpose. And so it has to be something for that purpose. You know, he's trying to harass you, and by your own testimony, you said, well, he's trying to be funny. Well, I don't think it's funny. You don't think it's funny. But you know, a bad joke or a bad sense of humor doesn't necessarily rise to the level of harassment. You know, it can become that. And so at this stage of the proceeding, I'm not going to enter a full order. The order will expire today. Mr. Asharia, you know, these people want no contact with you. Do you understand that?
Yes, of course. I want no contact with
Any
them.
further contact would be considered harassing at all.
Yes.
And so
Your
again,
Honor, might I ask?
You should probably stop, but go ahead. You could go ahead and ask.
Oh, I was just going to ask a couple follow-up questions. I also want no contact with them. They filed the no contact order approximately 3 hours after I had asked the complex if they could file a no contact order against the Livingstons on my behalf. And then they
Well, they can't.
informed. Yes, they presumably informed the Livingstons, and then they filed the order, which at that point, which is why I wanted to mention that it feels retaliatory, though I have no issue complying with the no contact order. I want no contact with them at all myself.
Go ahead, ma'am.
We had no idea he wanted no contact with us, as he made it appear that we were all friends.
Right.
And as someone who's just, you know, a person outside of what's going on, I would just like to remain friendly, because we're all neighbors. We shouldn't be
Right.
having any disagreements. Or
I agree with that. And now that you've aired some, for lack of a better term, neighborhood laundry, I don't know if I want to call it dirty laundry or not, hopefully you have a better understanding of where you're coming from. So Mr. Asharia, it's not funny to do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Won't make any, I mean, so again, it seems like you both want the same thing, in the sense that you don't want to be around each other. So don't be, you know, don't be involved in ganging, and don't contact him to want to come over and hang out. He should do the same. And, but again, if this can be refiled from either party, basically at any time. So if there's additional, so you know how they feel about having contact with you, so don't go by and check on them. You don't need to do that. But if there's any additional contact, I would probably deem it harassing anything further. All right?
I did have one last thing I wanted
You
to
may.
say. I did want to say that on behalf of myself and my husband, that we do hope things get better, and down the road, maybe we can be good neighbors, because we don't like conflict, but at this point in time, we would just remain in no contact.
You hear all that there, Mr. Sharia?
Yes, I would agree with Miss Livingston there. I don't want there to be issues. I felt unsafe. They felt unsafe. Clearly there was miscommunication on both
Well,
parts.
just stay away from each other.
Of course.
Good luck.
Oh, may I, Your Honor?
Yes,
My firearm was confiscated by the sheriff's department. Might I have it back at some point? And how would I do that?
yeah, you can ask to have that, but you need to, yeah, I've checked the box there that they can be released and you can get it back.
Thank you very much, Ron.
You're free to go.
All right, thank you,
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Thank you.
How is it you need an order against Ms. Hunt?
Well, she's constantly threatening to burn my trailer down or tow it away. And she has literally burnt my trailer, my fifth wheel down like 3 years ago. Literally when I was inside, it lit on fire. Okay, and these are just things she's done in the past couple of months.
Do you guys live near each other?
Well, she got served. She got served on Tuesday, and that night, for some reason, she packed up all her stuff in a truck and brought it.
Do you live next to each other?
No,
Okay, did you?
no.
How does she know you? What's this all about?
I've known her, she's my ex-girlfriend. I've known her for the last 10 years.
I see.
I mean,
Well, continue on.
okay, this past few months, she's busted out my two windows in my trailer. She's graffitied. I have graffitied outside. She graffitied on that, on the door of it and on the front door of my trailer. She's broken into my trailer. I don't know how many different times. I'd have to fix the locks, you know, she's bigger than it. And it's been a few months, about 6 months ago, though. I was working out of town and she would break into my trailer and just move in and stay there while I was working out of town. And she's stolen my cat before. She's sabotaged four vehicles by putting soda pop in the tanks. Like one time it cost me $900 to get this vehicle going again. I mean, she's popped tires in one of my vehicles before in the past. Let's see. She literally like burnt a bunch of cedar that I've saved. There's split for this old lady because she's too old to split it. So I keep her supplied on.
How long has this been going on?
A lot of these things that just happened in the past couple months, but some of them are old, But like I said, she's been constantly threatening me lately to burn my place down, and she's done it once before in the past. And she's trying to threatening to tow my trailer away.
Let me hear from her. Ms. Hunt, could you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Put your hand down. And then what's your response to his request for an order? Basically,
Okay, my response is that we both are currently living on the same property. I'm moved on the property due to the previous place I was living at. There was a person there that was beating me with a baseball bat repeatedly, and I didn't feel safe anymore. And
I'm gonna need you to slow down a little bit, ma'am. I'm having trouble understanding you. Maybe a technology, but go ahead. You say you live on the same property?
Yes.
Okay,
On the same
so
property.
hang on just a minute. Do you pay rent where you are? Okay, and then who do you pay rent to?
To the person that owns the property, her name's Jamie Frost.
Okay, so hang on just a
I've been
minute.
the last 3 years.
Just stop.
Oh, sure.
So ma'am, do you pay rent when you live there?
Yes.
Okay. When did you move there?
I've been here about a week so far. But I also it's because
So
I
you just
have her
moved
as a
on a
witness
week ago?
also. Yeah, she's a witness also for my case right now. Jamie Frost, the owner of the property. And I also moved here because she has stage 4 breast cancer and I'm her caregiver. And I was for about the past 2 years, I've been here like 75% of my time, traveling back and forth between Centralia and Rainier. And due to the incident with the baseball bat and getting beat by it, she felt it'd be safer for me to be here. And it'd be better for me to be here 24, living here due to the fact that I take care of her.
Okay. What about all these things that Mr. Peterson, I know your name. Peterson is telling me about broken windows, graffiti, burning places. What's your response to that?
Well, my response is that we've had a toxic relationship for 10 years now, and I understand that he lives on the same property, but I'm just requesting that if you have to grant this protection order, that you just take it down to 50 feet to where, because I've always given him my word that I wouldn't go near his camper trailer that he lives in, and the property owner Jamie Frost has also told him that I gave her my word that I wouldn't go anywhere near
Okay, so
him.
hang on just a second. Is she there? Is it Jamie Frost, did you say?
Yeah, she's
That's what you
here.
pay rent?
Yeah, she's breaking the order right now.
What's that?
She's breaking the order right now for being there.
Okay,
She's been served by the
okay,
police.
just, you need to be quiet,
Yes,
okay?
sir, Mr. Honor.
I'm your caregiver that I see her.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
So, what's your name?
My name is Jamie.
Jamie what?
Jamie Frost.
Okay. Could you raise your right hand, please?
Yep.
Do you swear and affirm the truth, the testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
So I just have a couple of questions for you, if you don't mind.
Okay. Okay.
So both of these people live on your property?
They do.
Okay, and then I understand, is Ms. Hunt more of an off and on thing?
Well, she's moving here permanently now.
Is she living with you at your, just stop, please. At that, so you live in a house?
Yes, I do.
And then does Mr. Peterson rent space from you, or is it a trailer?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Okay, so you know all these folks?
Yeah.
Okay, how close do you live to Mr. Peterson's trailer?
I'm not sure. Like, he lives on the backside of my property.
Okay, how big's your property?
It's like 2.5 acres.
So, okay. Thank you, ma'am. If I have some additional questions, you can put Ms. Hunt back on there.
Okay, thank you.
And how close do they live to you?
About 30 feet. I'm not gonna know, probably 50.
50?
50 feet. Yeah.
I mean, 50 is not very much.
I know.
2 acres is,
I know.
All right.
I know. And can I speak, Your Honor, or?
So I will tell you this, ma'am. Yeah, Ms. Hunt and Mr. Peterson, based on what I've heard, I am inclined to enter an order. But the distance, but I can't do an order that makes certain, if she lives there, apparently she does, just hear me out for a second. I can't do an order that prevents her from coming to her own home.
Yeah.
But I can put a distance restriction. She's not to come within X number of feet of your place. So if she comes and you said she's done these things, she agrees it's a toxic relationship, and I can pick up on that just based on what I've heard thus far. And so, ma'am, you need to pay attention to that distance restriction, because that may affect your ability to continue to live there. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You wanted to say something, Mr.
Yeah,
Peterson?
she didn't move in there until the day,
15 feet away from your house.
Tuesday night with the temporary no conduct order. Okay, and I went down and brought the papers to court on Wednesday.
Right.
Okay, and she already, so she hasn't lived there, and she just, pulled this at the day she got served. She moved.
How long have you known Ms. Frost? Sounds like you all know each other.
Well, yeah, I know Frost for years.
Okay.
But-
And
and
she
then-
has too, apparently.
Yeah, and then, so I did call the cops on Saturday.
Right.
Because Jenny Brooks, no conduct order. The cops came, but the it hasn't gone through to the courts yet, saying that she's been served,
All right.
because I didn't get here till Wednesday, and the courts was closed Thursday and Friday. So I'm sure you have it on your desk now, though, or it should be somewhere, because I.
Yeah, no, it's, we got proof of service.
Okay, so, and the cops told me that they're gonna, if they find out that they got proof of service, that they're gonna charge anyone for lying to the cops,
Okay.
because Jenny told, she lied to
Okay,
the
so
cops.
look, I'm not gonna get into that. I don't, what the police knew and when they knew it, and whether she was in violation of the
So-
temporary or not.
So-
I'm not gonna That's between the sheriff's office, you and the prosecuting attorney's office.
Okay,
That's not something I'm finding
Okay,
here. The only thing I'm finding here is whether or not it's appropriate that an order should be entered. An order will be entered,
yeah, sure.
but I'm gonna do a distance restriction, ma'am. You said that you can keep within, you suggested 50 feet and you're.
Yes, sir.
So basically, I'm gonna go along with that suggestion.
Yes, sure.
Thank you, sir.
You're not, and it'll be in place for a year and you're not, and then Ms. Frost, I hope you're hearing this also.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm right here. I can hear it.
Ms., and I'm understanding, is Ms. Hunt gonna act as a caregiver for you? Is that what I'm hearing?
And she promised me that she's not gonna go near Adam's trailer or near it, so 50
Okay.
feet, that sounds great.
Then I'd rely on you to hold her to that promise. And then that's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be it.
try.
She's
I'll
not
do my
to,
best. I'll do my best.
give me just a minute. And you both used to be a dating relationship, is that correct?
Yeah, yes, sure.
You're dating.
And then how long ago did that break up?
Oh, that's a long
Never
time
been,
ago.
never been in a relationship.
So it seemed time for both of you, and by both to move on.
I agree, sir.
So ma'am, you're not to cause him any harm. Don't contact him. Don't engage in stalking behavior. Don't come within 50 feet of
Okay.
him, his residence or place of employment. And then, does she get an emailed copy of this or not? Do we have an email address for you, ma'am?
I believe so.
Okay, a copy of this will get emailed to you. And Mr. Peterson will give you a copy of this right now.
Well, how do I get hold of the officers that came to the house the other day, told me that they were charging her, she was lying.
You need to, whatever agent, is that the sheriff's office or?
Houston County.
Yeah, then you need to talk with them.
Okay.
But, you know, I guess, and you might want to ask yourself, is that making things better or making things worse
Well-
by kicking that particular hornet's
Well,
nest? And
well,
only,
cop-
I can't decide that, only you
Cops-
can.
So straight, you know, she straight lied to the cops.
Okay, I'm just,
Cops said about
okay,
that.
look, I'm not, that was just something for you to think about, all right? And you'll get a copy of email. We'll print you a copy. Once you get that, you're free to go.
Yeah, all right.
Good luck to everyone.
Thank you, sir.
So do I wait here for the
Yeah, wait,
papers?
we'll give you a copy of that.
I'm done, right? Yeah. All
You may go, Ms. Hunt.
right, thank you, sir. Bye.